So I've got Tarun Puri from Sherwood Studios with me. Hi, Tarun.
Hi,
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So
Good.
I feel like I'm talking to a bit of a pro here because you run Sherwood Studios,
hmm
which is in Berkshire.
hmm
And would you like to introduce yourself and then we can talk about the studios and what you do?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Taryn, I started Sherwood Studios about 3.5 to 4 years ago now, I think. So it's been a pretty long time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gone on the journey.
yeah,
It started off as only music recording. That was the foundation of it all.
yeah.
Then we went into audio books, audio podcasts. Then we moved into filming, so filming podcasts, filming content, and then yeah, it's kind of moved into loads of different strands, which is cool.
Yeah, and because podcasting, obviously, I'm doing it, and it is a big thing at the moment. And you've got
hmm
that studio,
hmm
you can use it for multiple different things, can't you? So music is your main thing, isn't it? Is that where it kind of started?
So that's where it started. We work with select artists that we just really like working with because yeah, I think it's the music side's hard because it's kind of a bit paradoxical in a sense
Yeah,
where artists, by the nature of the industry, it's really tough. It's really tough to kind of get a budget and have room to play around with. And obviously for us, we want to be able to work with artists and build them in our image, I suppose, or at least help them along that journey. And for that, you kind of need those little bit larger budgets. And I think with the filming side, you get that, and you kind of get that little bit more. You get a little bit more room to play around with, which is nice because creatively, I think it's important to get to that next phase, I
yeah,
suppose, rather than working within really tight constraints of an hour recording or 2 hours recording. A lot of the time, you need more.
yeah, yeah. So so with the artists and stuff, so obviously you do everything.
hmm
It's not just the music stuff, but so so what do you do? Do you kind of do all the production?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So that's
so you've
that's
got the
like
studio itself
mhm.
and you do all the behind the scenes stuff, the producing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So it's the yeah, it's from square one really.
yeah,
So music production, songwriting, vocal recording, vocal mixing, mastering, post production, and then obviously because we do filming and
so you do you
photography, we do
film
that as
like the
well.
videos for them as
Yeah,
well?
yeah,
Yeah,
we have done. It's nice when artists come to us with that in mind and a kind of um, full project, I suppose, rather than bits here, bits there. Because that's the thing when you're working with a studio and then a different engineer who's mixing it and a different videographer and videographer is certainly different because you can get away with that, but different parts of the same song. I think you want to keep it all in house just to kind
yeah.
of get that sound that you want.
You obviously got to work with them beforehand, so it's just sort of getting to know them and sort of all the pre stuff before
Mm,
they come in, so you
yeah,
know what it is they're wanting, what they want to achieve, and their brand as well, and their image and their style.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, and it takes time because you've got to understand that person, understand the the ways in which you can get the best out of them as well. Because every artist, like every business owner that comes in and films content, they kind of need something a little bit different. They need different communication patterns because someone needs to be told in a really blunt way. Another person it needs to be a little bit softer. So
yeah. Or you might
yeah,
get people that are telling you what to do,
yeah, that
and
can
then you've
happen
got a
as
bit of
well.
conflict because then you might
Yeah,
kind of go, hang on a minute, you might want to advise them.
yeah, that's an interesting point because you don't want to directly tell someone, I suppose, but there's certain parts of it where you feel like you can aid them and guide them along. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
finding the sweet spot and finding the balance because yeah, obviously you want to help you want to help people, but sometimes someone has it in their head exactly how they want something,
yeah,
and I think it's sometimes important to test that as well. So whoever it is that wants it done that way can maybe see how that goes, see how it feels, see how it performs, and then it's kind of back to back to the drawing board a little bit.
Yeah. Do you take them off location, on location rather? So
As in,
away from the studio? Do you ever do like,
yeah,
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 do
yeah,
shoots?
yeah, for sure. This is all quite fresh. It's all quite new. Initially, it was very much everything in house.
Yeah,
In terms of actually in the studio, it's still obviously all done in house. But yeah, location stuff.
yeah,
A lot of people like their own setups as well, especially for filming content for personal brands, because I think that's a massive hurdle of it.
yeah,
And we was talking off camera about this.
yeah,
People have these amazing setups, but don't get anything done in them. So is it really an amazing setup, or are you
yeah,
better off having a good setup where you're productive in there? Then obviously that's the best setup. So yeah, we're quite flexible with what people want, and trying to help them get past square one.
yeah. And I suppose that is it, isn't it? It's just getting over that first hurdle, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which is hard for people.
it's very hard because I think, especially with filming content, it's a whole nother skill
Yeah,
that you have to learn as you're doing it. It's not
yeah,
something you can kind of practice
yeah,
and read about, and you know you have to be here, like in this environment. You have to be on a camera and film it,
yeah.
and test audio, and it's one of those things you only learn when you do it.
You're
So
learning it as
it's
you do
tough.
it. And even with me, like I do multiple things, and one thing
Mm,
is quite new to me is the podcast. I've been doing it for about a year now.
mm,
I've I've kind of, I don't know, I've done about 20 episodes or 30 episodes actually. So yeah, so it's learning all the time. On, the first one that I did, it's like, oh no, I didn't have the mic switched on, or
yeah,
and then even with me, how I talk to people.
mm,
So it's just everything. It's tech. It's how we come across. It's
definitely,
everything. Yeah,
definitely. But I'm really big on that. I think you only learn by doing. I think you can read about it,
yeah.
and
Watch all the YouTube tutorials, but
yeah, it will only get you so far. And then when
yeah,
you start it, like anything, is going to go wrong. Even if it doesn't go wrong, it's not going to be perfect. It's never
yeah,
going to be perfect, but it's like that 1% improvement each time. And the reality is, you do see that.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
stack it over a month, 2 months, you've done 30 episodes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
After episode 3, 4, 5, you see the difference. Episode
yeah.
5 to episode 1. So it's, yeah, you only learn by doing. So
Yeah,
it's really,
absolutely.
really important.
Yeah. So one thing that you also do is get small businesses on camera, or small to
Yeah.
medium-sized businesses on camera.
Hmm.
Content, social media content, digital marketing. It's huge. It's massive, isn't it?
It's the biggest thing because it's visibility. I think, you want people to be able to find you and trust you
Yeah,
before you're making a sale. I think that's a massive part of social media now, and utilizing it in the right way.
yeah,
A lot of people say that they don't want to be on social media, but you can do it on your own terms,
yeah,
and come across how you want to come across. Yeah, it's uncomfortable and it's unnatural at first because it's a new skill set. I'm not downplaying that. It's intimidating and it's hard, but the benefits you get from it and the ROI on it in terms of investing the time and effort into really getting good content and putting it out there, it's 100% worth it.
yeah. Do you think that in lockdown, when everything was TikTok, do you think that sort of puts people off, especially like my generation and beyond? They kind of look at that and think,
Mm.
I've got to be dancing and doing stupid things on video.
um,
And do you think they kind of look at that and think that's what I should be doing, when really all you need to be doing is just leave a quick, hi, I'm so and so
yeah,
from my business.
yeah, it's interesting because yeah, there is like a disparity between what people think they need to be doing and in reality what they can do. I mean, even for example, filming a podcast on Zoom
Yeah,
is still visibility because you're having a conversation with someone and you're putting it out there. It's very much on your terms,
yeah,
speaking to
yeah,
someone you want to speak to about something that you care about. So people are gonna care and people aren't gonna care. But the reality is, people who don't care, it's fine. They weren't gonna care anyway. And the people that do care, they're 1%, 2%, 10% more likely to do business with you in some sort of capacity because they feel like they know you.
yeah. So you're really just talking to your audience, then, aren't you? You're just,
Yeah,
and that's what you've got to remember when you go on camera or whatever it might be, that it's talking to your audience, so you don't need to worry about the ones that are not
hundred,
interested.
a
Yeah,
100%. That's like the main. That's like the biggest thing, because those people are never your target anyway.
yeah,
So if they scroll past, it's fine. If anything, it helps social media algorithms understand who you're actually targeting. So
yeah, because
it's,
they're the ones that will stop and watch it.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
for sure. So yeah, but I don't downplay it. I know it's really, really tough, and it's a whole other skill set. But I think it's really important in this climate to utilize it to
yeah.
your benefit.
So that's one thing that you do offer, isn't it? That people can go into
Hmm.
your studio and they can just sort of work with you and you'll guide them as well
Absolutely,
and
yeah,
edit them a bit. You've done one for we've done two for me
yeah,
actually, so I
yeah,
will plug that you did some really good videos for me, which I actually put on Instagram.
yeah.
And yeah, it was
It's it's good, but I think that's really good because it's obviously I know you and other people in your network will know you, but it's the people that may know of you, but they don't know what you look like, what you sound like, how you're delivering the information, and that's a massive part of
yeah,
the next phase of it, I suppose. So it's just visibility. I think it's
visibility,
important.
it's everything. Because the one thing that I kind of learned actually when I went into your studio,
Hmm.
I do a lot of Instagram stuff anyway myself.
Yeah.
I just kind of face the camera, I just hold the camera, and I'm quite comfortable doing that.
Mm.
So it was a different setup for me, but you were kind of guiding it. So you were kind of saying, right, just tell us what you do,
Yeah.
and then I'd say what I do. I'd introduce myself.
Yeah.
You go, that's great. Just tell me again, and I'd do
Yeah.
it again, and it gets stronger and stronger, and you're like, yeah, I can believe in myself, and
Yeah.
that is a really great, really strong thing for a business owner, especially a small solo business owner as well. That
Mm.
everything's tough out there. Just for somebody to just say, look, just tell us what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's an important way of delivering the information, as if you were, with your friends having a coffee, because that's how you want to be fed the information. You don't want to be shouted at or kind of told off. It's like,
yeah,
okay, it's kind of indirect.
yeah,
It's just literally just what you do.
yeah, yeah.
What you do day in, day out, and it's just putting that on camera.
But it's put on camera, and for some people, it's hard because it's so obvious. But
Mm.
when you know what you do,
Yeah.
it can be quite hard to explain it to somebody else because you know it
Yeah.
inside out. But you just need to be so simple about it, and that's hard to be simple,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's very hard. It's so underrated how hard it is. But I think it always comes down to reps, repetitions, consistency, doing it
Yeah,
as much as you possibly can, because that's the only way you get better at anything. So it's no different to filming content.
yeah. Practice your elevator pitch, and then yeah, do
Yeah,
that on camera. Yeah,
literally. And even for myself, when I film content, I'm the exact same. I'm in that same position of, you know, it's unnatural, but it's just getting the repetitions in.
yeah, yeah. And the more you do it, I suppose some people are more comfortable than others
Yeah,
than
yeah.
doing it. The one thing that I don't do is lives, and
Hmm.
I think that I'd probably get it right first time if it was live, but
Yeah.
I kind of shy away from that.
That's it's interesting because a live to a lot of people is less intimidating than a filmed piece of content with two, three studio lights, even though that can be edited or you can remove parts. That's scarier than a live, because I think a live you're off the cuff, aren't you?
Yeah, you're in the moment, just doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think
yeah,
it's having that balance of when you're filming content to yeah, be a little bit off the cuff with your delivery and keep that same delivery, but having it a little bit more structured and scripted and kind of, blending the two,
yeah.
and it will come across on camera.
That's it, because you got to keep that script really, otherwise you will go off piece, and then
Yeah,
you'll lose your audience. But at the same time, again, it comes down to branding, doesn't it? Your
hmm,
style. So if
yeah,
you look at the likes of, if we look at some big influencers out there, the likes of Joe Wicks, for example,
yeah,
who's very raw, very, yeah, this is me, whatever, da 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 da,
hmm,
to somebody like, I don't know, Stephen Bartlett, that will be a bit more, different
yeah.
style. So
Very
it is down to,
serious,
yeah, a bit more
yeah,
serious.
proper, yeah,
So it is your branding, isn't it?
yeah, for sure. And the way you create content, you know, I'm just big on that. I think you can very much do it on your own terms. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to
Yeah,
deliver. I think
yeah,
the right or wrong way is either doing it or not, and obviously the right way is doing it. So,
Yeah.
but it's practice. It takes time, like you know, like anything.
Yeah. Just do it. Just that it's just do it, isn't it? It's that.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't have to do it, but
No.
it's gonna help a lot in a
Yeah.
lot of different strands of whatever it is you want to do, because you might start, you know, filming content here and end up over here. You know, you
Yeah.
kind of go with, you know, go with the flow a little bit and go with what people want to see more of.
Yeah, exactly. And it's mixing it up so people don't get bored of seeing the same
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
I mean, I try and mix it up. I try and mix up the locations. For
sure.
me, I'm just sort of putting information across that might be an event that I've got coming up. So I just need to tell people about that, and I might kind of showcase where we're going to be.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think that in itself is important as well, like having the right B-roll.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking, for example, if I'm delivering something to camera now, it's great, and I'm delivering it, but it's quite one-dimensional. If I then throw in, like for example, the content we did for yourself, when you're talking about your event, showcasing each part of what it is you're speaking about, because I can picture myself there.
Yeah.
It's the same whether you're selling coaching, you're selling burgers, you're selling pizza, you're selling recording studio. It's the same concept, you know, it's the same. It's just different industries, but it's the same model. Just directly bringing the B-roll into what it is that you're talking about.
Yeah, because you know, it kind of not only just makes the content more interesting because they've got something to look at, it's also people are visual and they can't always imagine. So if I say I've got this event and this is what we're going to be doing, people can't always imagine it, so they need to actually see it.
100% massive on that. I think it's so important. And the only reason I mention this is because we're on the topic of your content.
Yeah.
For example, I remember in the content you talk about buffet lunch, cook and more hall, right?
Yeah.
Why not show these things? If you've got clips of them, let's show it so people can visualize. Oh, okay, that's what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
weird.
go there because I like that. Look at that food.
Yeah, well, literally, I think sometimes it can be as simple as that. Because buffet lunch, you might be thinking
sausages on sticks. Or...
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So it is literally showing what it is you're speaking about in a way that just elevates your content. So that's actually a really underrated thing that a lot of people don't directly speak about, but B-roll.
Yeah. So B-roll. So B-roll is just the everyday stuff, and you can bring it in.
Absolutely. I mean, I think if you're like a small business owner or you're just starting out, you can film content on your phone. iPhone cameras are great. You can even do the portrait mode, so you get the blurry background.
Yeah.
Get a clip on mic.
Yeah.
And get B-roll and just learn how to film, learn how to edit, learn how to script, and you know, you're in business.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to a lot of sort of people that do Instagram and social media, and they say use the edits in Instagram because you can film it in there. And then you can actually download it to your phone, and then you can repurpose it. Where before it was always TikTok, but it has the watermark on there.
Yeah, you want to avoid stuff like that just because it, you know, it reduces the quality of what it is that you're putting across, and I think that's the main thing.
Yeah. But that's just a free app, isn't it? You know, if you use the Instagram Reels app, then that's a free one.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You can keep it super tight.
Yeah.
You know, you can go the full 9 yards and spend however much a month on a full production studio.
Yeah.
Then you've got like, you know, your kind of your own setup with a $2,000, $3,000 camera and Adobe, and then that's a different price point. And then you've also got, you know, your kind of filming on the phone, getting the clip on mic and editing through, you know, software like, you know, like you said.
Or whatever,
yeah. And realistically, it's what, 60 to 100 quid on clip on mics.
Yeah. I think mine were about 30 quid.
30
we're
quid.
using now,
Amazon
Special. Yeah, I mean, I haven't invested loads and loads. I mean, I've got kit, I've got equipment that I've researched. Yeah. You know, I've got my mics, I've got my mixers, my lighting, you know, but I keep it to the level that I need it.
Yeah, that's I love that. I think it's a good message to share, because you can do as much or as little as you want with it.
Yeah.
I think the one non-negotiable, well, two, has to be good lighting and good sound.
Yeah.
If you for example, you've got the two soft lights here,
Yeah.
and you've got your mics here. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, you can still watch the content. If you watch content online that's too dark,
Yeah.
you scroll past. It's not relatable.
Yeah.
What is this? It makes you feel a bit weird. It's unnatural.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it, if you're in the darkness?
Yeah, but it is. It's like someone's in a dark room. It's like, this is really weird. This is making me feel a bit strange. I'm gonna scroll past.
Yeah.
Same with sound. If the sound's crap, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go past. You can get away with filming on an
That
iPhone.
said, I mean, obviously with the podcast, it's less forgiving because it's audio, and I do clean it up as well. To clean up my audio using some Adobe products, but which I don't pay an awful lot for. But when it's like, I don't know about TikTok, 'cause I don't really use TikTok, but with Instagram, I always have it on mute.
Really,
So
that's interesting.
always, even though I make sure that I use trending audio and I never ever listen to the videos that I actually watch. But I always make sure I have captions. I know that you did that with my video, put the captions on, because people aren't always listening. They might be on the train,
or
they might be cooking their tea or whatever, and they might not actually have. So I take it you always have the sounds on then from that. You're a different generation to me as well, so that's interesting.
I don't know. That's an interesting point. Captions is key. To be fair, it's so important because it's, again, you're hitting another demographic. Like, you know, like you said, you don't watch with sound.
No, never.
But you're gonna read the captions.
Which is bad, isn't it? If any of my friends are listening to this, my business friends, and I'm not actually.
I don't know. I think it's very common. I think the way people consume stuff now is different. I mean, you can watch, if you're watching Netflix on one screen, and you're on your phone here, and you're not gonna have the sound of both, are you? So I mean, that makes sense. I just don't do that personally, but I'm sure, you know, loads of people do. That's why captions are so important.
Yeah. So if you're scrolling Instagram, I don't know if you use Instagram. Are you? Because you are younger than me. So are you a TikTok person? YouTube?
I'm a big YouTube consumer. I like long form stuff.
Yes, I was going to ask about the long form. And so my son's a little bit younger than you, and my daughter's, she's 11. They watch YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, it must be. It's nice that you've got that kind of capacity to do that. Are you watching like gaming stuff, or is it
YouTube? I'm watching. At the moment, I'm watching a lot of like fitness stuff because I'm running.
You're doing, go on.
I'm sorry, no, it's I'm doing a 50k.
You are, yeah.
Which, it's taking up a lot of time to train for. So I'm watching a lot of content around that. But I love YouTube. I think it's amazing. I just got YouTube Premium just to skip all the ads because I'm on there that much. Massive. I'm a massive fan because it's kind of like you're in between like a Netflix show and a TikTok because you're getting high level production, but it's like really tightly edited. So for me, the way I like to consume stuff is perfect.
The one thing I love about YouTube or any of the platforms is that anyone can do it. Anyone can be visible and just get out there and have your own show, you know. And
definitely,
obviously, it's the marketing side of it is a different kettle of fish because you need to get the eyes on it, but you can monetize off it
for sure.
I mean, my son, he's into Nintendo and stuff like that, or the Mario, and he did do something streaming. It went viral, it blew up, but he didn't do anything with it. And I was like continued with that, and then stuck the ads on. And
it's hard to. That's tricky because it's like something you really enjoy, and then it's turning it into and monetizing it, which is again it requires a different part of your creativity and different part of your kind of creative brain. It's like I get that. It's hard to do both. Not impossible.
That's interesting because my daughter, she is 11. She's massively into YouTube. She watches a lot of shorts because it's easy to scroll. But she watches the gamers streaming, or it might be pre-records. And there's some of them that will kind of do, right, this is day in the life. This is what I do. I'm up at 5. You know, they are jobs. Millionaires.
Definitely.
These kids are millionaires in the rooms and they're doing it.
It's a lot of work.
But it's a lot of work, and she'll sit there and go, that's what I want to do. Like Where my son's doing his PhD,
Oh wow,
I
okay,
don't think she's
yeah.
going to go down that road. She's she's like, I can see this is what I want to do. But it's like, hang on a minute, you've got to put the work in.
For sure, for sure. I mean, you
It
said
is a
she's
job.
young though, right? She's 11.
She's 11.
11, yeah. So
She's got a YouTube channel. She's got 2 YouTube channels.
it's brilliant. I think
Yeah.
there's so much possibility now in the current climate of doing your own thing and creating your own thing and building it. You know,
Yeah,
why not?
I love that. I mean, I'm really creative, and I love the fact. I mean, even like with my website and any content, it is content, and it's
Mm,
started from nothing,
yeah.
and that's yours. You know that you
Mm,
can look at that and go, I've created that video, that
yeah,
website, that whatever it might be, whatever your creative thing is,
definitely.
that song that you've written,
Mm,
whatever it might be, that's yours.
yeah, for sure.
And it
Yeah,
came from
for sure.
nothing. Yeah,
Literally nothing, and you took it from nothing to where it is. But like like it goes back to always, it takes time
takes
and
time.
hard work. You can't
Yeah, it's
do
not
one without the
easy.
other.
It's not easy, is it?
No, nothing worth building or nothing. You don't get to that point from just a couple times a week. Let me just put an hour or two here or there. It's like no, it's constant work, thought, mistakes.
Yeah, because you
You
learn
know,
from those.
they're so important. I think people are afraid to make mistakes, put content out in case it flops and gets 20 views. It's like, yeah, but that's 20 views. That's information.
Yeah,
It's metrics. It's analytics. It's important. You can see what went wrong. Was
yeah,
the sound good? Was the lighting right? All these details is really, really important.
yeah, yeah. I mean, even with me, like putting stuff out on Instagram, whatever it might be,
Mm,
I know other people that panic. They're like, oh, it's only had like 20 likes. And then they might use like engagement groups and things like that just to kind of, I don't know,
mm.
for more, and it doesn't have to be like that, does it? You don't, I don't know, depending on what your outcome is.
I mean, exactly. I think it depends on the model as well, what it is you're
Mm,
selling. Because if
yeah,
you're selling, selling products, if one
yeah,
person buys, it's worth creating the content. If you're
yeah,
selling a service, it's the same. So it depends on what your metric for success is. You can go viral and it kind of lead to nothing.
yeah. I've heard
So
this before, especially with TikTok actually, where people say, "Oh, God, like X amount of million views." It's like, "We didn't all buy from you,"
exactly.
and they'll say, "Well, no." It's like, well, yeah, they're watching your content, but they're probably watching like loads of content, and yeah, okay, you're reaching people, but
Exactly. I think it's
so strategy's big then, isn't it? So you need a strategy. You can't just sort of go in there, and obviously you can
mm,
test what works.
testing's key. I think there's vanity vanity analytics of like you get a million views. It's like people actually gonna buy from
Yeah,
that one viral video? Probably not. It's those constant reps and those other videos that are going to get you
yeah,
the audience that you want, I suppose. But
yeah,
yeah, strategy is key.
yeah,
Strategy is key because you can then go back to the drawing board and make changes. You can elevate, where you need to, change the script, change the kind of trajectory. So I think it's really, really important to give your content thought
yeah.
is key.
Is
Is
it
key.
key also to kind of look at what is either trending or what other people are doing,
Yeah.
and just sort of putting your own thing? I mean, because I like to be a little bit different. I'm not one of these people that kind of looks. I don't follow kind of trends
Mm,
and go, yeah, I'm going to do that trend, that AI trend, or whatever it might be.
hmm
But I do see what is current. So I do like to look at kind of what content people, is current right now, the
Definitely.
styles, and then put my own
It's
thing on it.
I think that's the number one way you can be successful in your content is directly seeing what someone who's created a good piece of content has done, put your own spin on it and put it out there. Of course,
Yeah,
that's a trend. That's you're kind of feeding off someone's success, but that's what creativity is. No one's gonna create some brand new formula of getting something to do well.
yeah, yeah. It's
You
all
know,
just come from something
of
else, is
course it
it?
does.
Yeah,
It's ideas recirculated
yeah,
in 10 years or whatever.
yeah,
Stuff comes back round. Same with music. It's the same.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
literally
yeah,
the
yeah,
exact same. Like chord progressions, right? There's a certain number of chord progressions in the world that exist. You can't just create a brand new one. It's not going to
yeah,
happen. It's the same with content. So it's important to feed off someone's successful content and turn it into your own.
Yeah, yeah.
for
But
sure.
also you've got to, again, it comes down to branding and your own personality. Like some things
Exactly.
might not work for other people. So don't
No.
try and don't try and do those TikTok dances if it's just gonna be
TikTok
cringy.
TikTok dances are like,
That's just an example. That was
yeah,
easy,
I
but yeah,
mean,
I never got into that.
they were just like a craze, weren't they, at the time? It was
It's a
just
lockdown
mental.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
lockdown, people's heads were a little bit fried, weren't they?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's different, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a moment in time. But with content, honestly, it's putting your own spin on it and doing it on your terms. Of course, you
So
can do
again, if
that.
they come into your studio, that's where you need to kind of get to know them. So there's a bit of prep work beforehand. So if you've got like a business coming in,
Mm,
business owner, you've got to do a little bit of research into who they are and their branding,
for sure,
so that when they're coming into your studio, it's like working with their style. But you're going to
definitely.
have your style as well, so that people recognise
Yeah,
your studio
yeah, for sure.
because it's your branding too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's a good point. I think we're quite lucky, the people we work with. I think they're all quite aligned in their nature and the content is that they're making. It's Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one. That in terms of the studio creating other people's content, I think it is key for us to go with their flow
Yeah.
rather than our own spin all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
because I've got my idea of what what I would want to see from that person, but ultimately it is their thing, and I think it's important for myself or one of my colleagues to go with that flow and give recommendations where needed. But yeah, they're the driving force for sure.
Yeah. So you do loads of different things in the studio.
Hmm.
So you do podcast. Do you hire the studio out, or do you do all the kind of the editing, or do you
Yes.
do you kind of you've got different packages?
Yeah, we do different packages. We don't really, so on the website we publish a few, but everything's quite bespoke really because
Yeah,
each project is so different.
yeah,
Someone might want 20 edits a month, another person might want 12. It's Everything's kind of done in a really bespoke way. So it's after a conversation and
right.
initial call and kind of take it from there. I think it's important. Otherwise, it's hard to just do a one size fits all, especially with content.
Yeah,
So yeah, we like to go with the flow and go with what people need rather than this is the package, take it or leave it.
yeah.
Um,
Because everyone have different. Like with me, I know how to edit, and I would like. I'm a bit of a control freak as well. I
yeah,
like to
fair.
listen to my own podcast and go, I'm going to cut that bit out, and I couldn't. I don't know if I'd want somebody else to kind of decide where it
Yeah,
gets chopped. So I'd
that's
be like, I'd like the sound to be perfect,
mhm,
like the perfect setup, and then hand it over to me. So do you
yeah,
do stuff like that? Do you do
yeah,
like a bit of everything?
yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of my whole thing is content that's getting put out there is always going to be the best content.
Yeah,
If you're sitting there and it's like, oh, I'm happy with this, I'm not going to put it out there.
that's gonna
It's a
happen.
failure
Yeah,
because it's not gone out there.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's my main thing. If content reaches these social platforms, it's a success. And then the data is a data, and we can go from there.
yeah, yeah. That's what you're saying before. If you haven't done it, you can have that set up. It's like with me with my
Yeah,
little studio office here. It works for me, and it makes I've got somebody on the sofa and I'm chatting to them,
yeah,
and I've done that 30 plus times, so that
but
it's
exactly. But
it's been working.
see,
Yeah,
that shouldn't be downplayed because
yeah,
that is the output. So that is the success.
yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah,
have, and we said it before, you can have a 50 grand studio setup, you do nothing in it. Is it a
yeah,
great setup? No. So a setup is only as good as its output, as its results.
yeah,
And I'm really big on that.
yeah. That's a really good way to think about it,
Mm.
and in every aspect of content as well. The videos,
Yeah.
the blog posts. Even if it's written stuff, even if it's
Mm.
just getting yourself out there on the social media platforms, or
Yeah, why not? Because you're going to learn something from every piece of content you put out there.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's information, so it's a success.
yeah,
You can overthink it and edit it and do whatever it is you want to it, but if you're not putting it out there, no one's seeing it. So
Yeah.
it's finding that balance, and I think that stage 2 comes after stage 1, testing, putting it out there, getting that consistency, and then we can look at refining
Yeah.
and improving.
Yeah. I suppose the benefits for a small business
Mm-hmm.
or even a bigger business, because you've got that setup, you've got that professional setup. So you might have a company that just don't have the time and they'll come to you, or you might have a small business owner that just doesn't know how to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
You can guide them, you can do all the filming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just take that kind of weight and stress and pressure off them, because it's a lot to ideate and set up and film and edit. It's a whole nother job.
Yeah. You do it pretty quickly, I must say.
We do now, but
you turn it around, quite quickly.
That's the thing. It's like, honestly, we didn't start off like that. I didn't. My colleagues didn't. No one did.
Yeah.
First one we edited would have probably been pretty crap.
Yeah.
First one we filmed probably would have been pretty crap.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
Then you start seeing the improvement.
Because obviously, I mean, when I started doing face to face, the face to face side was video.
Yeah.
So that's why it was called face to face, because it was all about seeing the face behind the business. So I've got a business directory which is going to have video on every single listing. As we went into lockdown, mentioned TikTok, Reels became a thing. Everybody's sort of already getting themselves out there, but obviously the ones that don't want to be visible are not. So I left it as an option, but pre-lockdown I looked into kind of going down the road of, right, I'm going to get the kit, I'm going to get the training. I quite enjoy doing all the video stuff. I'm quite happy being behind the camera and going to his workplace and creating videos for people.
Yeah.
But the first one was crap, second one was all right. Then it was like, audio, I just find, it's always been a bit of a thorn in my side, getting the audio right and And then I kind of got to the point where actually, a lot of people got their own videos, and so they send them to me, or they're on their platforms or whatever, and I can link them in. So it kind of works, really. But is it important? Is it about having the high quality setup? We mentioned setup, but like the video, I don't know, the cameras, does that make a massive difference?
It's hard to measure.
I know we mentioned it right at the beginning about sort of using your iPhone for this or using cameras for that.
It's hard to measure. I think if you have the means to invest and the skills to invest in the right stuff, that you already know how it all works, then do it. If not, then don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're happy with your flow and your system and it works, stick with it.
Yeah.
Why throw in new bottlenecks to just limit your flow?
Yeah.
A better camera is a better camera, but it comes with, you've got to change the lighting. An iPhone does it for you.
Right.
It adjusts all the exposure and shadows, it balances it all out in real time.
Yeah.
Camera doesn't do that. You've then got to learn about white balance, exposure,
yeah,
all these details, lighting in the right way, making sure there's not too many conflicting lights, so you get the rolling bands, all these details that just turn into bottlenecks. So I think it depends on where you're at, how much extra time and effort you're willing to put into learning that new piece of equipment, because it's hard to measure how important a better camera is than not.
So if you turned up, say somebody was at an event and they hired you to come out to them, and you turned up with your iPhone, do you think they'd be like, hang on a minute, I'm expecting?
People now have really successful businesses of that.
Yeah.
They will literally, that is their content.
Yeah.
So I think that says a lot in itself, to be fair.
Yeah.
People are happy with that.
There was a movie, wasn't there, shot on an iPhone?
I know there's been music videos for sure. Definitely, probably involved. Yeah, probably a movie now as well.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at, even if you go on TikTok now, you see like a Pizza Hut ad or a KFC ad. You'll get the really high production ones for sure, but a lot of it is UGC content. People filming on phones, because it's more relatable.
I think, and that's, again, we've gone back to trends. and that is a massive thing. Or it's that kind of user generated content. It's that I want to see that person going into KFC and buying their chicken or whatever, or eating the pizza and Pizza Express. So
that in itself is huge at the moment. That's why brands are sending creators products to test. So if you're filming content on an iPhone, it's not even a thing now of this is so much more crap than someone filming on a professional camera. It's different, but you can use it to your advantage for sure. It's so easy to use, you know, and I just think you want to limit the number of bottlenecks that are stopping you from doing what you want to do.
I think that's definitely the bottom line of it. It's like, don't let it hold you back. Just use what you've got.
Use what you've got. Like, obviously, if you have a production company, you want people to come to you and use your services. Which is what we obviously do. But I guess I'm a little bit different in that sense of I want to see people actually going to that next step, because so many people don't even start because of what mic do I get, what camera do I get, what lights do I get. It's like, nah, you don't have to do that. You can keep it as simple as you want it to be. iPhone set up there, clip on mic. You don't even need nowadays, you don't even need an interface. You don't need a software.
You don't need it.
I think that's, you know, that it's an important conversation to be had, because a lot of people, they look at it as in like, your square one here. They think content is like over here. They think it's like so unattainable. There's no point even trying. But the reality is, content's here. It's just getting started is the key. Is the key. I mean, when you first started filming, you wouldn't have known about mics, interface, software, softbox, you know, lighting. You wouldn't have known about it, because no one does. You're not born and you know about these things. You just try it and you get stuff not necessarily wrong, but you're like, oh, this is quite cool, let me look into this. And it's something that you then grow a love for. I think creating content isn't like, oh, I love creating content. I don't think anyone really loves creating it, but it's really, really important in visibility, and it's it's just important to
love it, actually.
Good.
Because I am creative, but
Brilliant.
It can be overwhelming. I will say that. And creating it for somebody else is hard. So you talked about kind of user generated content. I do get people that come to me, can you create ads for us? Can you
that's interesting.
I don't like the term influencer, but it is a little bit of that, of like, and it could be, I did one of our waterside quarter, so I just showcase what we've got here. It could be an ad for a product. I don't do those as much because that's not really my branding. That's not what I'm about. I'm more about kind of showcasing what's local. So it might be just an invite to a local restaurant that's just opened. So I might sort of go down and just showcase it, because they know that I'm sharing it to my audience. So it just spreads it. So
brilliant. I think it's relatable, and people were looking for that type of content. You know, even for brands, if you're talking head to camera, like say the camera's there and I'm delivering content, it's like, that's one part of it. But if in your business you can film bits of B-roll and what you do, and you do a voiceover, happy days, it's still fine. You know, if you can get talking head in future, great. If not, perfect the B-roll and speaking over the content.
Speak over, even if you just start with you, so and then flick away to the B-roll. At least you've seen your face.
Exactly. And that's why it's so interesting, because even when you came into the studio, right, we filmed for 90 minutes, maybe.
It didn't feel like that.
No, it went really quickly, right? When you look at the content and the final product, your face within a 45-second clip is probably only in it for about 10 seconds. 12 seconds.
Which is fine for me.
But do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so intense in that moment. It's hard to visualize what it's going to turn out to look like. So it's interesting, but you know, going to your point of the filming the new restaurants and getting kind of reached out to by local companies and businesses, it's like the number one way now people are getting it's the kind of number one marketing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
businesses, showing real human beings that people can relate to, that are in their environment or having their
yeah,
pizza or burger or whatever it is. It's
yeah,
like this person is real and they're there and they're enjoying it
yeah,
in a digital wave of AI and
yeah,
whatever else. It just shows how important in reality seeing a human being
yeah,
is, because
yeah,
that's what we need as humans, right? We want to look for other humans that are doing stuff that we want to be doing, right?
yeah.
So
We want to
it's
see them in that place
exactly, so
with
you can
that
visualize
food
it.
or whatever.
You can
Yeah,
visualize it, and it's only because we're on the topic of content. I think it's just gone in that direction, but
yeah,
it is literally the exact same with content.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
exact same.
yeah, yeah,
For us, if you're selling music, you're selling a recording studio, you've got to sell someone the vision of being in that space. I can go to a million networking things and say what I do, but in reality, someone's going to have to at least one search my name or search a studio name and visualize it. What does it look like?
yeah,
Can I see myself there? What mics? Like all these little details, they all stack up.
yeah.
They all
You've
stack
got a
up.
video on there on your website as well, which just sort of
Yeah,
takes you straight in. This is where we
yeah,
are. Which takes you in.
yeah. Just so you
Yeah,
can literally visualize from the moment you drive through the gate
yeah.
of,
Right.
is this somewhere I want to be?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah,
it? Because it might not, and that's great as well, because it's saving a lot of time as well on our end of people who may not want to, they may
yeah.
not want to be in that sort
They'll
of environment,
inquire with you, and then yeah, they don't want to work with you, and
and that's fine,
yeah,
because you're not going to hit every single person. Some people are not going to resonate with you or the space, whatever it may be, and then that's fine. But
yeah,
it's hitting the people that are, because
yeah,
there's loads of people that will resonate with all of us, really,
yeah,
but not everyone. And I think that that's something that people get a little bit caught up on, if you get the kind of negative, not feedback as such, but
yeah.
reception's not great to something, or the
Okay.
content's not taken to
Do
as
people
well. It's
compare you to other? I mean, there's not too. I don't know. I don't know if there's many
mm,
recording studios around here. Actually, I mean, obviously we're near to London,
yeah.
and there's a. I know of a couple of like studios that do like podcasting. I don't know if they do all round stuff,
hmm
but I don't know if there's too many sort of around here.
uh, Podcast, I don't think so. Recording, there's a couple,
Yeah.
but even with that, I never really, when we opened a recording studio, I didn't see it as, it's not competition, because
No.
it's different, because especially in music, you're working with the person,
Yeah. Yeah.
and by the nature of what it is, you're with different people, so you can't sell a studio on a microphone, because
Yeah.
everyone's got the same microphone,
Yeah.
but it's the engineer.
Mm.
The guys at the other studio, they might resonate more with X person. The guys at our studio might resonate more with Y person.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. I never really thought about it in a negative way. I saw it in a positive way. I think it's healthy to have more of
Yeah.
that in the area, because as all these flats are being built, and new homes and whatever else, I think it's important to promote young creativity, and um,
Yeah.
get these venues going. And I'm going to shout them out, Ben and Jack
Mm.
Studio.
Yeah.
Love those guys, love what they're doing. I think it's brilliant. I think
Yeah.
they're big on that, and and it's really genuine and authentic.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love seeing people who are actually like that, and we're blessed to have spaces like that in the local area as well.
Maidenhead. Yeah. Yeah. And in fact, they are bang next door to a music shop that has
Yeah,
also got they've got their own set up there as well. They do
yeah,
loads of stuff, which is dorks. So
yeah. See, I've only put my head in.
it's
Um,
pretty impressive in
it
there.
looks
Yeah.
awesome. It's
Yeah.
really, really cool, and
Yeah.
I think we're lucky. I think there's a lot
Yeah.
of cool stuff
Yeah.
slowly
It's
coming into
happening.
the fold
Yeah.
around here, which is great,
It
which is
is
what you
good.
want.
It's what you want because we need to get that balance and we need to bring that in because
Yeah,
yeah, it's not. I don't think there's enough actually. We
there's
haven't
not.
got. It's not enough music venues here. I think.
No, there's
So
not. But I think you know the more it's hard, because I think parents around here, say if you're in Maidenhead or Ascot, or Bracknell, or I've kind of gone down that direction.
Yeah.
If you search recording studio, you're probably not going to see any outside of. You might get a few towards like Sunningdale, maybe,
Yeah.
but London, really. And I think accessibility is important.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same. Again, it kind of goes back to content, but it's a bottleneck, isn't it? Because if you have a studio that's, oh, I've got to go to London, it's like it's a bit
Yeah.
long, isn't it? If you've got a studio, oh, it's a 20-minute
It's
drive
on the
away.
doorstep. Yeah.
Yeah, or 10-minute driveway. It's like, okay, cool. You're like removing the first
Hurdle.
real hurdle, just
Yeah.
removing that and getting started. So I
Yeah.
think by nature of what studios are ours, and obviously with Ben and Jack, in theory, you should then start to see more music artists and creativity coming through, which will then force venues to put on more events. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a long term thing, I suppose, but I think it's cool. I think there's a lot of authentic people around here, which is great. I genuinely get that feeling
Yeah.
and vibe.
Absolutely. Which is why I created my business in Maidenhead for the same reason. It's just that community, and everybody is authentic, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
about bringing people together and shouting them out.
I
Yeah.
think so. I mean, last year, I think I was going to your events more
Yeah.
consistently than this year,
Yeah.
just because timing and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
And you were just starting out. It
yeah,
wasn't that
yeah,
long when you like set it all up. Yeah.
for sure. And yeah, I got those vibes from your events. Everyone was just very nice, and I think we're eager to learn more,
Yeah.
which is cool, and I like that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And people don't feel into it. Because obviously with a music studio, that's different, because that's where you need to go and record. My brother actually doesn't live locally, but he's got his own little recording studio. He's got a degree in music, and
Oh,
that's
awesome.
what he does. He's got his own little studio, and he does all of that kind of thing. And so it's a big thing. Because I even remember when he was at uni, and I used to go in, and I can't sing that well, but I did do a little bit.
That's cool though.
So yeah. So it was always a big thing. I always remember having like an 8-track in his bedroom, and like going back sort of back in the day. But
no, that's really cool.
but you do need that. But because all the other stuff that you offer. So podcasting, yeah, you need to be somewhere. Recording music, you need to be somewhere. But for somebody that's sort of wanting a bit of content for their socials, coming into a studio, is that quite intimidating, do you think, for them? Because I know you're saying about the accessibility, get over that first hurdle of you're on the doorstep, but do you think, is that something, because you said to me like, it is a bit when you just got to talk to the camera, and you at the post-production we won't see much of your face.
It's a really interesting point. I think I'm learning more as well. I'm doing kind of more data testing as well as I kind of go along this journey, because I'm learning more about the people that we work with.
Yes.
Because we've been working on that side of things, I'd say, for about a year and a half now, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm always learning more about people's kind of psyche around it. And I think something that I'm going to start doing more is just jumping on more calls with people, just having more coffees with people, because I just think with content, it's so important to remove that first bottleneck. If you're jittery or you're nervous about going into a studio, which is fine, that's a fair thing, it's unusual. People specialize in that. So if you're not specialized in it, it's a brand new thing.
Yeah.
So if that's a thing, when if we jump on a call, it's like, I'm a bit nervous. Okay, cool. Let's bring this out to your environment.
Yeah.
Because it removes that first layer of, you can just get up, go to your kitchen, and make yourself a cup of coffee that what it's going to taste like, how it's going to make you feel.
Yeah.
I'm quite big on the psychology of it,
Yeah.
because it's kind of what I did at uni a little bit as well, and it ties in with it now. But with content, I just think that is always going to be better long term than having 3-4 studio lights, perfect room, perfect everything else. It's like the most important thing is the delivery.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying before, I think you can definitely get away with filming on an iPhone with good quality sound, nice bright lighting,
Mm.
and your content's going to resonate.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. So if that's the case, then it goes against what I'm saying of, oh yeah, you need to be in a professional studio to make good content. No, you
No.
don't. You don't. But the benefits you get from being in a studio when you're kind of feeling like you're ready to be in a studio, they're big. Of course, they're
Yeah.
big, because then you are getting that extra 10%, 20% of quality, and output.
I will say, so for me, so a lot of what I do is either on location because I'm just shouting about an event, or I might be by the Maidenhead Bridge or whatever because that's just my branding. But then when I did the studio one, I could, you get that kind of, I don't know, I want to say respect. I don't know what's the word I'm trying to think of. It is, it's professional. It's a professional video. So people are like, oh, they do stop to look at it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, actually, you've actually, somebody's done that for you.
Yeah.
You haven't just filmed yourself in the Bluebells like you did last week.
Yeah.
On your walk somewhere or whatever.
It's an interesting point. It's a really interesting point because that ties back to perceptions. Because if you say you're kind of stepping into it and your first video is done in a mad studio with mad lighting and a crazy sound setup, whatever, straight away people will be like, okay, what's going on here? You know, it's the way it's perceived is straight away there, right?
Yeah.
But the only reason that sometimes the other way might work is purely on a consistency basis.
Yeah.
How often can you get to that studio?
Yeah.
Can you get there every week? Can you get there bi-weekly?
Yeah.
Can you get there once a month and batch film content?
But then that's what you do as well, isn't it? You can batch
exactly.
the content, and then they've got that. So what are your packages? Should we do a bit of plugging for you?
Yeah, no, we can do.
What are you offering? And you've got your own brand coming up as well that you're kind of trying to evolve.
Yeah,
let's talk about your packages.
Okay, so yeah, the packages. We kind of initially launched like founding packages of this kind of setup of like monthly content. You come in, you film 6 to 8 videos edited with B-roll.
And then, so for me, I sent in some B-roll because I already had it. So if somebody doesn't have the B-roll,
we would need them to get some.
Which is easily done on their phones.
Yeah, it's just once you know how important it is. I think if you're spending the money on a studio, the benefits you get from that as well, it kicks you into a different gear, because it's like, oh, actually, you know, I want it to look really good. I'm going to get that B-roll. I'm going to go that extra step or two to make sure that it's good. So yeah, I think that's a huge benefit you get from it. But yeah, we need the B-roll. You come in once a month. We batch film the content. We edit it all in house, and yeah, we get it back to you, so you're kind of set up and ready to go. The reason we're at like 6 to 8 videos a month, 10 if we can. It allows you 2 a week, there or thereabouts. You can test it, see how it performs, and then next month you come back in and we can kind of have a strategy and see what we want to do. Because
you might want to mix it up. You might not want to be talking about, because you have your content buckets, I suppose. So you're not going to be talking about the same thing on every single video or reel or whatever it is you're putting it out.
Exactly.
Whatever platform you're using as well.
Yeah, for sure. Because you have outliers as well to the content. You might make 10 videos. I'm just, talking about fitness and stuff. You might have one about running, one about fat loss, one about progressive overload, and one about cheat days or whatever. Nutrition. And you might see one does 200, 400, 300, and then one gets 5,000. It's like, okay, cool, let's go in that direction. So I think that's why it's good to go 6 to 8 videos a month. If you can do more, obviously do more, but then it allows you to test that. So you can let the outlier stand out to you, and it's like, well, this one stood out, let's go more in that direction this month. And yeah, I think it's just now in this current climate, I'm not just plugging it because that's what we do. If you're a business owner and you're looking to grow and build, and and just give yourself the best possible chance of rounding your business, content is number one.
Yeah.
It's so important. Um, and if that's with us, then great. If it's not, then it's like we said before, just having good sound, lighting's good, and being consistent with it.
Being consistent, getting the message across.
Definitely. And the more you do it, the better you'll get.
Yeah, and the more at ease you are.
Definitely. Because even with the content side, um, even if you're an in-person business where you need to go, let's say you're, I keep going back to it, but a pizza,
Yeah.
whatever in Maidenhead, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of limited by locality, just
Yeah.
by the nature of what it is. But I think with content, the cool thing is you're not limited to locality.
Yeah.
You can hit massive markets. You can, well, it's global, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're kind of just opening yourself up for future proofing your own business. People might come to you for who knows what, but you're kind of setting yourself up for that. You're not just constrained to that one facet of your business. You can just widen it right up, which is really cool.
Yeah. 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 Cool. And then, do you want to mention kind of where you're sort of looking at going in the future? With a bit of your own personal brand.
Yeah.
Is this something that's quite new?
Yeah. No, it is. It is for sure. I mean, my thing is that because we spent so much time and hours helping other people build their brands and businesses, it's so rewarding because you're literally seeing it kind of backlog to them and directly giving them success. So it kind of just put me in a space, turn of the year actually, where I was just like, I need to start doing it myself because it doesn't make sense for me to promote it and push it how I do without, kind of taking the leap myself to an extent. So yeah, I'm putting content out there.
Awesome.
And yeah, just testing it, doing all the stuff
that we said. So
is
this a different platform? Have you got your own?
That's just my name. So if you search my name, I'm out there doing bits and bobs.
So on YouTube, I'm guessing.
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, not so much. Instagram, I'm just kind of.
That's for old people.
No, I mean, it's so good. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just haven't gone into it yet.
You can't spread yourself too thinly. That's another thing that I've discussed with other people that work in content and work in social media.
Yeah.
Just sort of home in on where your hangouts are. Where your audience hang out. So for me, I'm very much on Instagram.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered with TikTok, even though I can repurpose a lot of the reels. I could probably chuck on TikTok. I just would forget to look at it because it's just not on my radar. So and Facebook, and then occasionally on LinkedIn, which is quite good for my events rather than the other stuff that I do. But
LinkedIn's great.
Yeah. So it's just sort of where it works for you, isn't it?
For sure.
So if you'd rather be on TikTok rather than Instagram, then stick to TikTok.
Yeah, for sure.
And YouTube, as you mentioned before.
YouTube's great.
Great for long form.
Definitely.
Which is where my podcast sits.
Definitely.
On my YouTube channel.
No, it's great. I think it's really cool having the conversation because it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit of a different angle on it. I think a lot of people who own a studio would obviously say you need to come into a studio, but I don't know, it's just a different perspective on it because I think there's a lot of people who are just starting out. Literally, they might not have the means. So if we can kind of give those little nuggets of tips and workarounds and bits of advice, then.
So would you do any like training? Maybe is that something you consider?
Yeah, it is something we've actually been asked to a couple of times recently. Now I've started to put out my own content. Funnily enough.
Yeah.
And that's another thing as well. People often tell you what they kind of want from you when you start putting stuff out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's something that we're definitely looking into because that's a different strand of it. Obviously, we do it, so it kind of gives us that kind of authority to an extent. Kind of know what we're talking about a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, because that would help a lot of people start who may not want to go the full, full way.
Then they might eventually come in the studio because it's not just you can know it all, but you might not have the time to do it. So then that's where you would come in as well for those that are just time poor or just want someone to do it for them.
Definitely. I mean, it's like having two different strands of the same sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we film and we know how to film, so then you could have a coaching element of teaching people how to film, and then you have the actual filming.
Yeah,
So yeah, it definitely makes sense. I
that
think the
could really
more,
evolve, couldn't it? You have your own
yeah,
film school or something, or
yeah, but it's, I mean, it's a simple. I mean, obviously, like we spoke about them earlier, Ben and Jack, for example,
hmm,
their production is, they've worked, I think, on
Netflix and stuff.
Netflix,
Yeah,
so, it's
yeah.
big production, and they actually do film courses, I believe, for local schools in the
They've
area and young
started to do
people,
that. Yeah, 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 yeah,
which is awesome.
yeah.
Um, so our thing, I suppose, would be slightly different from that level of production. It's more of a kind of, you're at home. How can we light it? How can we get you comfortable and happy and get the content delivered in the best possible way?
Yeah,
And that's our pocket. I think everyone falls within a different pocket, don't they?
absolutely. And
And a
there's enough
different niche.
room for everybody because we all do it slightly differently.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah. So it's
exactly.
not like you're stepping on somebody's toes because they do something
No, no,
similar because
yeah,
it's all different. You've got your own angles.
yeah, of course. And I think that's the beauty of it as well, is connecting with local people who are doing
Yeah.
similar things to you. Obviously, you're going to get so many cool nuggets of
Yeah.
information and bits you can
Collaboration.
take.
It's
Exactly,
not
yeah,
competition, it's collaboration.
yeah, exactly. That's the word. Yeah, it's definitely the
Definitely.
word. Perfect word to describe it.
Perfect. So where can we find you? So online. So
Hmm.
what's your website?
So studio is Sherwood Studios.
Yep.
TikTok, YouTube, Insta, online Sherwood Studios, and then my own stuff is my name. So
Yep.
Tarun Puri.
Yep. And then so the studio's based in between Bray and Maidenhead, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
actually, yeah, it's really close to Bray, so it's,
Yeah.
yeah, literally 5 minute walk from
Yeah.
Bray probably,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for speaking to me today.
appreciate you
It's
having
been
me on. It's been
brilliant.
really good. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.